What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Road to NBA 2K21 series here on the Next Gen. Sorry about the week-long hiatus with no videos. I've been grinding my schoolwork here near the end of this college semester, finals right around the corner, plus last weekend I was in Cleveland for the NFL draft with my buddy Aiden. I recorded a lot of clips, and I'll definitely be creating a vlog about that soon. For now though, let's jump back into year 4's playoff bracket, fresh off of Game 5's nail-biting victory in the conference finals, a win over the Trailblazers, where Richaun Holmes became the hero after his game-winning putback layup in overtime, and now us Pelicans playing in our second straight finals against the Miami Heat team this time, and this squad is no joke. They of course traded for Brandon Ingram in the Richaun trade a couple seasons ago, and of course this lineup is deadly. So let's waste no time, let's go down to the American Airlines Arena for Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
What you can never achieve, but what you never stop trying to achieve.
Working all day, you wanna take my place, none of you can cut this cake. Always acting hard when you go soft in the fucking paint. I'ma pour hot shit until that kettle's cold. I pull more white women than a festival. They all pester me, fucking best of all, they get the best of me. When I hear I'm called, they say, Jakey, Jakey, can't you see? Lord knows that you're the only one for me. Baby, I know. And I keep saying, knock it off. They hop in my van like I'm a soccer mom. I'm fucking big.
Well, here we are, everybody, down in South Beach for the first 2 games of this series, and just like a season ago when we made the NBA Finals back in year 3 against Philadelphia, we start out as the lower seed, 2 games here away from New Orleans, and this time we're trying to actually win the NBA championship. Our first ring is in our sights here on the road to NBA 2K21. Hopefully this time we can come out on top. A very painful defeat a season ago at the hands of the 76ers, and here against Miami, this team is no easy opponents, as Bam Adebayo will win the tip for Miami. And immediately my matchup here in this series, Tyler Hero going backdoor. The young gun will get the better of me here on the first possession. That opens up one of the many impressive stats for Miami on this season. They are one of the most efficient teams on the offensive side of the floor across the entire NBA. They're 6th best in field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, and free throw percentage. Look at Josh Hart, by the way, off his back foot there for my first assist of my second NBA Finals of my career. But their splits are 48% field goal, 38% from the 3-point line, and 81% as a team from the charity stripe. Miami 6th in the NBA in all 3 of those categories, but there's my second assist. We're looking pretty good here early on. They're also the #1 team in the NBA on the defensive side of the floor, giving up only 97.7 points per game a night, as we're starting to go a little bit cold there. You see the air ball there, hitting nothing but air is Josh Hart. Meanwhile, Tyler Hero, look at that pass out to Brandon Ingram, the newest acquisition for the Miami Heat. He's been here for actually a decent amount of time. Of course, he was in the Richaun trade as Richaun was shipped off to the Lakers, and that was about 1.5 seasons ago. But here on this possession, shot clock dwindling, and I actually make a 3-pointer for my first field goal attempt and make of this NBA Finals series. Very unconventional for myself and how I play, but I'll take it. 14-9 Miami, and there's 2 field goals in a row. 11-14 now as we chip away a little bit. I'm up to a quick 5 points now. Miami, they let up less than 98 points per game. We're 6th in the NBA at 100.4, just to put that in a little bit of perspective. And look at Richaun Holmes. How about this right here? He's coming off being a hero in Game 5 of the Portland series, picking up right where he left off. Now we see Ingram going to work, and finally we force a turnover. Picking it up is myself. Good hands by Anthony Davis, and I'm scanning the floor here. Give a quick cross to Goran Dragic. Step through, handoff. Holmes will be on the receiving end of a hack by Bam Adebayo. You can disagree with that one, Bam, but whenever we're in the open floor, we're a tough team to stop. Richaun Holmes, of course, with that go-ahead bucket with maybe 0.3 left to go in Game 1 or Game 5 of the Portland series to give us this opportunity in the NBA Finals. If he doesn't make that bucket, then we're going home early. And now let's jump to the second quarter as I check back in a minute in of this second period of play, and the defense is starting to look better as the time goes on. Goran Dragic forced into a tough miss there. Miami though will have another chance here, but now Dragic is forced into a turnover. Dragic in his age 36 season here as AD will go all the way. Nice job there by the Brow. But just because Dragic is getting up there in age doesn't mean he still can't hoop. Wow, an assist from about 92 feet away to Adebayo. Yes, Dragic is actually second on the Heat in points per game here in the playoffs, averaging 16 and 3.5. Now let's cut back to the defensive side of the floor. Great rotation there, looking really crisp here in the second quarter. I'm staying with Dragic there as he works to his left. Tough shot, but he still knocks it down. Dragic, man, he's still productive here. Both teams shooting pretty well here, deep into the second quarter. Now Dragic back on the other way after they force another stop. This time, though, we're starting to see, as time goes on, their defense looking better and better, and that will lead to an opportunity to push the tempo a little bit, getting out in the open floor. One of our specialties as a team. Nice job by AD there. Assist number 4, my second lob of the ball game. Now here on this possession, still up 4. Nice screen there, open from the right elbow. I went a little cold there, missed some shots from the field, 2 in a row, but now I make that one, improving my percentage to 60%, 3 of 5 for the game. And it looks like I'm about to check out here for the rest of the first half. Let's see what the bench can do. They were a little up and down in the Portland series, but a spark here would be huge. So we're going to hit the bench here for the last 3 and some change of the first half of action of game 1. And look at this run by the bench, 64-46. Man, what an overall first half performance by us Pelicans, but that 19-5 run by the bench unit was just the icing on the cake there. And let's talk about the bench for the second, as Otto Porter leads the bench with 9 points. He actually struggled in the Blazers series. Nice to see him trying to put his best foot forward here in the NBA Finals. And Luzada Silva also had 9, Jahlil Okafor had 6, and Kyra Lewis, who has been a pleasant playoff surprise, continues his strong performance with 4, 3 assists, and a steal. The Brow leads us with 12 points. Holmes has 10 and 4, outscoring and out-rebounding Adebayo so far. And I've also put up 7 and 4 assists, a couple of deflections. As a team, we've been really getting after that side of the game there. 9 team steals. And a 3 for 5 shooting. We've made Miami comfortable with our defensive aggressiveness and our physicality on the boards, so we got to keep playing hard. Just got to keep doing what we're doing and not let the Heat think we have a chance after that huge run. In Miami, they might be the #1 team in the association on the defensive side of the floor, 6th in offensive efficiency, but one thing they struggle in that we've been taking advantage of tonight is that they're 27th in offensive rebounding and only about the league average in overall team rebounding, so we've been killing them on the glass tonight. Hero leads the Heat with 11, Adebayo has 8 as we pick things up here, looking to the corner. Anthony Davis, good looking shot, but just off the mark. He's only made 2 threes all playoff long. And Adebayo has 8. Butler and Ingram have been no-shows so far as I record a steal there. 7 points combined though for only Butler and Ingram as I look to the corner, but Josh Hart hits nothing but air. Outlet pass. Tyler Hero will move it up the floor as he actually resets here for a second, trying to muscle his way here into the painted area. Help side comes. Recovery as well for Anthony Davis. Nice job there. 65-46. A bucket can extend the game to over 20 will be the differential, and double digits is also the differential on the glass. All in all, just a dominating performance. Look at this teardrop. And I mean, it's a tough shot for Anthony Davis or anybody, but I guess when you're on, you're on. But yeah, Butler and Ingram have been kind of no-shows tonight. 7 points combined. Both of those players were all-stars. Meanwhile, look at the snatch by Luzada Silva, and then he'll also complete the sequence backdoor for MLS. Wow. Look at that right there. The bench continues to be a focal point. Move over Odell Beckham. ODB has been replaced by MLS as he snatched that lob one-handed, and then he completes the possession. Goes with one hand on this poster on top of Brandon Ingram and company. Wow. Ingram and Butler, long nights for those 2 All-Stars here in the series. In this season, they both made the All-Star game along with me and my hometown friends. But we're enjoying it tonight. Riding high so far, 17-point deficit, the Miami Heat. They look right in the face of a pretty tough situation here in game 1 on their home floor. 9 seconds left to go here. I've struggled a little bit here in the third quarter, of course still facilitating well, but I've missed my first 3 shots of the second half, so I kind of was a bit of a ball hog on that possession. Wanted to find a good clean look for myself on top of Avery Bradley, and I did. 78-60, had a quick breather there, checking back in as Bradley's my matchup as I close out here. And after that quick hiatus off the floor, right now I check back in, and the starting 5 is me, Richaun Holmes, and 3 other bench players. And I mean, hey, with the way the team is performing, everybody's playing like a starter tonight. It's been all hands on deck, so no problems with that. Meanwhile, Richaun Holmes and I, a little pick and pop, but he decides to roll anyway, and he lifts off, telling Duncan Robinson to get out of the way. And the American Airlines Arena has gone dead silent. You can hear a pin drop with the way that we are thumping the Miami Heat tonight. These fans don't know what hit them. Wow, what a performance, man. Look at Richaun Holmes, and tonight was actually one of his best career outings. Let's check back in here in the fourth quarter, where the Pels are still well in control of this ball game. As look at Luzada Silva going toe-to-toe with Butler in the post, and I think Holmes might have gotten a piece of that as well. I wouldn't be surprised with how well we are protecting the paint tonight. Nice drop-off pass. The team play continues to be extraordinary. And that's the one little caveat though. Josh Hart with another nice pass there, but the thing is, him and Kaylee haven't had it on offense tonight. They're both not really shooting the best. But the good news is they're doing everything else right. Kaylee and Josh Hart, plenty of great team plays on offense, making the right pass at the right moment. And then on defense, they're both locking up their matchups. Hart has really smothered Jimmy Butler and Dragic. We haven't heard much of him since the first half, but there's a nice shot by Kaylee. Only his second field goal, however. Pretty surprising though. He's only got 4, and Josh Hart I don't think has many more than that. Nonetheless though, it hasn't hurt us in the score column at all. We're still up by 15. Brandon Ingram off a screen here, and this is the one bad part. The one negative side I think about this game that we can take away is that we were kind of complacent here down the stretch. We only had 12 team points in the fourth quarter, got a little sloppy, a lot of team turnovers. Almost another one here. I have to force one up, and I mean, hey, when everything's going for you, you get shots like that to fall. Pretty lucky there. 17 points now for myself. 102-86 as we're dwindling down this game a little bit. Right now, here's just another example of being too lackadaisical. It's an easy shot for Goran Dragic. And I understand not wanting to foul or do anything stupid here with not much time to play, but I really wish we saw a little bit more heading into game 2. Don't want to let the Miami Heat get any more momentum as I drop this one off to Richaun Holmes. Nice scoop layup using the step-through move. And look at this right here, 20 points, 11 rebounds for Richaun Holmes after he was the hero back in the Portland series. And that'll be all she wrote tonight. And once again, just like the Portland series, the Miami Heat are stunned. Just like Portland was back in game 1, we shocked the basketball world for a second straight game 1, 104-90, a thumping of the Heat here in the American Airlines Arena. A perfect start, picture perfect team effort. Look at this, 20-13 from Richaun Holmes, a career night in fact. 17-9, I did have 6 turnovers. I was one of the reasons why we got a little sloppy there in the fourth. I only had 3 turnovers heading into the fourth quarter, but I doubled that. Unfortunately, got to be something I get rid of before next game. We didn't even have to use Anthony Davis all that much. Only 6 made field goals for him. Luzada Silva was great off the bench, but as you can see here, Josh Hart with 5 and 4. 2 assists and 2 steals. He did everything well, but shoot the rock. Same thing can be said for Kaylee. Only 4 and 1. But the way those guys defended tonight, we'll take that, I suppose. I mean, you can't have everything going your way. And Tyler Hero led the Heat with 16. Bam Adebayo with 14 and 15. Meanwhile, Dragic and Brandon Ingram barely make it into double figures. And Jimmy Butler with a measly 4 for 10 shooting. So this was one for the history books. The way we dominated the Heat tonight, who have the best record in the entire NBA at 60-22, and we smacked them like it was nothing. So let's head back to Miami's home palace there in the American Airlines Arena. They're going with their Vice City jerseys, of course, and I'm excited. I'm excited to just do exactly what we did here in game 1. And hopefully we can take a commanding 2-0 series lead. It'll be pretty crazy. I mean, hey, only 1 win tonight and we're only one win away from our first ever NBA Finals championship here on the road to NBA 2K21. And as you see there, the pretty, very pretty Vice City court here. Meanwhile, we're still rocking our navy blue roads. I mean, hey, worked back in game 1. Why fix what isn't broken? Meanwhile, of course, Miami's sporting the Vice Cities tonight. Honestly, I think these Vice City jerseys are a bit of a downgrade from what they had previous, but nonetheless, let's hop into some gameplay. And of course, the biggest storyline here in Game 2 is just the two All-Stars for the Heat, Brandon Ingram and Jimmy Butler, trying to get things back on track. Nice little conventional assist there to get me on the board in that tally. But Ingram's been averaging 17 points, 8 rebounds, 43% from the three-point line in the playoffs. Meanwhile, Butler also averages a solid 14 and 6 rebounds. Look at that lob right there. They threw plenty of those back in Game 1. Luckily, it didn't hurt us too much. That's why that one play where Marcos Silva stopped that lob with the one-handed catch I thought was so cool, because this team lobs, and they lob a lot. Look at this corner. Trey, Brandon Ingram, as Jimmy Butler and Ingram both off to much better starts, that's for sure, here in Game 2. 9-4 Heat, and it's tough to know who to match up on who whenever Miami gets things going. I have no idea what Richaun Holmes is doing on that possession. Now backdoor. Maybe Ingram got away with a bit of a walk there, but nonetheless, layup is still good. 11-4 as we're starting to sweat. I knew it, man. I knew it. The way we closed out Game 1 was just not enough. We're coming out lethargic just like we did in the fourth quarter of the last game. Meanwhile, Miami's building off that momentum they solidified. But here we go. How about a jumper there? All right. Little move and jumper. Felt good right out of my hand. And there's my first basket. Hopefully the first of many as we try to get things back on track. 13-6 as Hero will muscle his way past me. He wasn't too great in Game 1. He was actually Miami's leading scorer, although he didn't make many, or he took a lot of shots, I should say. And Miami right now, they've only missed one shot from the field. So right now we just gotta weather the storm. There's no way that they'll keep this up, right? Well, I mean, hey, if Brandon Ingram's gonna knock down a shot like that, who knows what we might be in store for tonight. 10-18. This is a borderline nightmare start for us, as now Dragic is open from the corner. That one will just barely miss. Look at me crashing the glass with Bam Adebayo. Did a good job boxing him out there. Crossover, kick out, Kately corner, got it. The wing players for both teams back in Game 1 didn't do a whole lot on offense. Of course, you talk about Kately and Hart on our side of things, and Ingram and Butler didn't look much better. But so far, Miami has had Brandon Ingram churning his, performance. It's trending in a lot better direction. Meanwhile, Hart and Kately, I know Kately made that 3 right there, but outside of that, hasn't looked too good for our guys either. Meanwhile, Butler will finally get on the board. His first shot in 3 attempts that will fall through. Hopefully we don't have Butler getting involved more now here down the stretch. That's the last thing we need as the lead increases to 11, but I'll get it back under 10 there with a nice step-through move. Great pick there from Kately. 2 for 5 shooting. I missed my last 3 before that one, so I need to get it going as well. 42-30 now. A pick from AD. How about 2 in a row there? Perfect release on that one. And despite that jump shot falling, you see at the bottom of your screen 59% to 33%. Ugly difference in efficiency there. As we all know, Miami, one of the most efficient teams on the offensive side of the floor. And that continues here. Backdoor to Jimmy Butler from Bam Adebayo. Nice feed there. But I'm immediately looking back up in the other direction. Otto Porter. Way to keep your eyes up, big fella. He will knock down the layup. Received the bump from Kelly Olynyk and still puts it through. Otto Porter coming off a solid Game 1. He's missed his first 3 shots here in Game 2, but hopefully this one will get him back on track. We're going to need the bench to step up like they did in Game 1 if we're going to even have a chance tonight. Otto Porter, love to see it there. Me and him right on that play, just one step ahead of the opposition. Let's jump ahead a little bit. Now down by 7, 5.5 left to go. Porter with an open shot, but the 3-point stripe also hasn't been very friendly to us. A lot of tough bounces. Meanwhile, Ingram, no problems there on the pull-up 3. Miami already up to 50 points. They're torching our defense tonight as they're shooting now near 60% as a team. This is just completely pathetic at this point. One thing you saw a lot in the Portland series is Anthony Davis is getting a lot better at finding us outside of those double teams, but we get a little bit creative there at the end of it. He had a lot of assists to me on the backdoor cuts. This time I returned the favor. I got Brandon Ingram up with an up fake, and I let AD reposition himself, come back in, from out of bounds, and he didn't give up on the play. He was still looking for it. Nice team basketball there to hopefully get us back on track a little bit. Good job crashing the glass there. That's one thing that we're actually not doing too bad of a job of tonight. It's been surprising. It's pretty neck and neck on the boards despite the deficit as Luzada Silva checks in. MLS will work to the left wing, feeding the post. Another double team comes. You look at this. I tried to think one step ahead, reversed it back to MLS. He's not open. And now a Richaun foul is actually drawn. And we got bailed out there by Tyler Hero. Meanwhile, that'll be the end of my first half, and it was kind of a wash there with the bench unit coming in. Down by 13 is your New Orleans Pelicans. Well, we all know that any playoff series, especially the NBA Finals, it's all about adjustments, and it seems like Miami's making the correct ones tonight. We face a 13-point deficit mainly because of our offensive impotence. Davis leads us with a first half double-double, 15 and 10, and what's even more shocking is that he's made half our team's shots, or around half. He's shooting 7 for 16, which is low for unibrow standards percentage-wise, and the rest of the Pelicans are shooting 9 for 32, or 28%. That's just ugly. I've played a decently well-rounded game, 6 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, and Kyra Lewis again is backing me up and playing really well, 7 points for the rookie. Our only saving grace on offense is our free throw shooting. We've shot 20, making 17 of those attempts, much more than the Miami Heat. Normally we're so good at defending the key, but today, Miami has 32 of 64, so half, of their team's points in the paint. Ingram has 15, make that 16 with this free throw right here. Bam has 10 and 4. Butler has 8, so everybody, their big three, is really stepping up and playing a lot better today. And their bench has provided a spark as well. 8 from both Mo Harkless and Kendrick Nunn. Right now, what we got to do is just chip away. We've made comebacks before, but this one might be a tall order as Holmes. He's normally really good from mid-range. No good there, but Anthony Davis will snatch that one in and put it through for a second chance basket. And that's one thing that we've actually been doing really well. Offensive rebounding has been great. AD, that was his 7th offensive board, and we're out rebounding the Heat actually by a pretty decent chunk of change. Now we move a little bit further into the third. I'll set a screen for Anthony Davis. He'll move away from it. Really creative move there. A spin away from the pick, and he will draw a free throw along with that basket. What a creative finish there from Anthony Davis. And a 3-point play might be exactly what the doctor ordered. 14-point deficit now for the Pelicans. We're only a little under 2 minutes here in the third quarter. Miami's already up to 70 points as a team. Something needs to change on defense, and I know Richaun Holmes is always willing to get his hands dirty on that side of the floor. Look at this fast break. Crisp will be the opportune word to describe how we ran the floor there. Very efficient. Caitley with a 3-point bomb and back-to-back 3-point possessions. Talk about efficiency. But Miami would knock down back-to-back buckets to extend it back to 15. They seemingly have an answer for everything. Anthony Davis, not the best percentage from the floor tonight. And look at this. I see Jimmy Butler. He had some trouble corralling that miss, so I wanted to pressure him, maybe pick up a cheap steal, but I guess Josh Hart didn't get the memo. I just figured he would switch to Dragic, but that just wasn't the case. And thus, our 6-0 run is answered with 7 unanswered points by the Miami Heat. They got an answer for everything. 6 seconds left to shoot on this possession. How about a nice little teardrop? I think I'm being a little too unselfish through this NBA Finals series. I think I got to be a little bit more assertive on the offensive end and look for my shot a little bit more. Although I'll give the Miami Heat credit, they've been really stingy on defense. And as I jump back in the third quarter, look at this. The bench might have just saved this game for us. Kyra Lewis knocks down this free throw the first time I'm getting minutes with him, so we can finally see him and not just hear about his great performance. And look at this. It is now a 5-point game all of a sudden. Kyra Lewis, look at that, 12. He really led the bench there in that little spark they gave us here in the third quarter. But there also is some bad news too. Jahlil Okafor, our primary backup center, he suffered a sprained ankle while I was off the floor. So one of the bright spots for us here in the playoff series. Looks like he's going to be missing a couple games here in the finals, but look at Otto Porter going toe-to-toe with Brandon Ingram, forcing a miss. Another rebound for myself. I'm up to 5 now in that category. Behind the back move on Dragic. I'll work to the short corner. Little dish out to Otto Porter. We need this one, but we just don't have the offense to turn things around. So many open shots missed. Let's jump into the fourth after a 3-pointer is made by Goran Dragic. An 8-point deficit. We got a second chance thanks to the bench, and we have to make good on it, and I like the way it's starting out. Nice job, Aaron Caitley. forcing a turnover there, and another beautiful pass to the corner. Josh Hart has to knock that down. Oh, we needed that one so bad, but Otto Porter now puts the team first there. He takes that charge right on the chin, despite that missed shot by Josh Hart. I do like the way this fourth quarter started, and I like the defense at least. And now Josh Hart will look and find me here in the corner. Nice jump shot there. Hart continues to facilitate well. I just wish he could make a couple shots here and there. 10 points, a little under 50% shooting. Meanwhile, my matchup Tyler Hero hasn't even reached double figures yet. And I'm starting to finally feel pretty good about this game. We got them right where we want them, but what is Kaylee doing? Leaving Dragic open. The southpaw makes us pay. I had Hero on an island there, but for some reason, Kaylee just decided to help and left a 40% three-point shooter wide open. Still a 10-point game. We're not out of it yet as I swat back Tyler Hero. A rare block for myself. But of course, you guys know me. I'm a little bit old-fashioned. Whenever I like a block shot, I like the player to at least try to keep it in bounds, and which I didn't do there. So now you leave the door open for the Miami Heat to still manufacture a bucket off the inbound, and exactly what they would do. Jimmy. What a shot there. Jimmy Butler is turning it around along with his Miami Heat teammates. And now the lead swells back up to 15. A huge run for the Heat. This was pretty disappointing that we got the second chance we needed from the bench, but we just couldn't make good on it. Now I got Bam on me, so I tried to take advantage. A little jump ball or drop off pass to Anthony Davis, no good. Richaun Holmes is there for another offensive rebound, and he knows exactly where to find me. I did heat up a little bit here near the end of the game. I had a lot of opportunities to shoot jump shots, and most of them, if not all of them, did go down for me. Here's another one right here. Green light after green light. I started feeling myself. I just wish it came a little bit sooner, but I mean, hey, Miami, they managed to manufacture some momentum at the end of game 1. So we're trying to do the same thing here at game 2 as we look to greener pastures back at home for game 3. And look at this, man. Tyler Hero puts me on his back hip and on a poster. Meanwhile, we'll look back up the other way. Josh Hart, he goes back door and immediately returns the favor. Gotta love that. Josh Hart will never give up. You guys know his MO. Throughout the entire series, even when he hasn't played well, he'll still try to finish the game with his best foot forward. And he would actually not be done either. Look at this. 5 minutes left to go in the ball game, and I get another stop here. Pick in the pocket of Jimmy, and look who's leading the break. Josh Hart puts the poster on Jimmy as well. Back-to-back dunks. I like to see some more fight here at the end of the game. I just wish, once again, it came a little sooner. It looks like the comeback bid will come up a little bit short. As you see here, Anthony Davis with a reaching foul on Jimmy Butler there. And pretty interesting you see here, I just wanted to include this clip. Luzada Silva would actually check in. He's had back-to-back really good games. Actually make that 3 good games in a row dating back to the Portland series. And he would actually finish the game with me in the backcourt. And that may be, that might be a sign that Marcos Luzada Silva might be in tune for more playing time, or maybe starting over Kaylee or Josh Hart in game 3. Who knows? We all know head coach Anthony Thornton loves to mix up the rotation. Nonetheless, 109-94 is your final. Definitely far from your typical outing from the Pelicans. Very disappointing after the way we stepped all over the Heat in game 1. My plus-minus was pretty ugly. I did end the game pretty well. A lot of assists and points in the fourth quarter for me. Just trying to replicate what the Miami Heat did and take in some momentum to game 3 as we head back home. As we all know, we're so deadly at home. And it was just disappointing to see because, it's crazy to think about. If we won tonight, we would have been 1 win away from our first NBA Finals championship. But now, tied back up 1-1 in a best-of-5 series, anything can happen. So, knotted back up 1-1. When you see me next, we'll be jumping back into the road to NBA 2K21 series in the NBA Finals, of course, as we head back home to the New Orleans Pelicans stomping ground. The Smoothie King Center, we've been so good there all season long especially. Second best record in the Western Conference at that arena. Special things happen there. Thank you guys if you made it this far. I really appreciate you guys clicking on the video today. I'm glad I'm back after that little hiatus. I'll be back making content for you guys. I got a lot more UT Martin videos coming soon. Year 5 is about to get underway. And of course that vlog for the NFL draft, I want to get that posted soon. It was a lot of fun. You guys will probably enjoy that. I've just had some issues creating that because for some reason this editing software I use, it's pretty good, but for some reason it doesn't let me import my phone files, my videos from my phone, so I'm gonna have to find a workaround for that. And of course, coming soon will also be the virtual NCAA championship between Gonzaga and Alabama. A lot of good stuff coming your way soon. Thanks for coming out today, guys. We'll see you later. Stay tuned.